So now let's start using Audacity, which is a well-known audio editor. And for the installation of Audacity, you also go to the store here and search for Audacity. I have already installed, but for you to install, in case you don't have it yet, you just go to the store, search for Audacity and click on it and choose to install. So now let's open Audacity, and just as an example of how you can edit the audios as soon as you finish recording your screen, let's open it and choose File, Open, and let's choose as an example the audio from our first video, which is this one, 6.5 gigabytes. And as you can see, we can open directly the video file, and Audacity will automatically extract the audio. With Audacity, we are not editing the video or changing the audio time frame, so that later we can join exactly the same timeline of the audio and the video at Kdenlive. Here at Audacity, we are basically doing two effects over the audio, which is basically the noise filtering as well as the amplification effect. And also Audacity has a lot of other great effects that you can try on your own, but for our needs here, the two effects we're gonna use are the noise reduction effect and the amplification effect for normalizing the audio volume of our audio data. So first, when you record any video, including screen video, the first thing you gotta do when editing the audio for that video is the noise reduction effect, because as you can see here, you have an ambient noise throughout the file, and it's much more perceivable at the parts of the audio file where I'm not speaking. So the noise reduction effect is basically a try for eliminating this environment noising that we do not intend to keep on our final recordings. So for eliminating this noising, you select some part of the audio where you have no useful recordings, for example here, where you do not speak anything, and go to the Effect menu and look for noise reduction here. And from that part that you've selected, you gotta ask Audacity to get a sample in order to calculate the noise reduction in decibels, the sensitivity that it will consider for differentiating what is the noise and what will be the actual recording, and the frequency smoothing or bands that it's gonna consider. So basically this is an automatic part from Audacity. The only thing you have to do is to select the sample and click on this button, Get Noise Profile. So it will calculate, and now you can select, pressing Ctrl A, the whole audio file and apply that same effect. You can choose again the noise reduction, or you can just click here, Repeat Noise Reduction, and it will apply those calculated parameter values that it got from the sample to the whole timeline of the audio or of the data, and try to eliminate that noise from the whole audio. So as you can see, sometimes we have to make a second try, but you should be careful not to overuse this effect, because it may end up turn the audio into a sound like if you were underwater. So you gotta be careful to not overuse that effect, and for every time you have to use that noise reduction effect, you gotta get a new sample by selecting here get noise profile again, part for the updated sample that will be applying that noise reduction again. So every time you set the sample again and get the profile for that actual sample, then Ctrl A, effect, repeat noise reduction. And this time it should succeed in eliminating completely the noise. Okay, as you can see, we have eliminated almost everything of the noise. And for the noise reduction, that's it. And now the second effect that we're gonna ask Audacity to apply over our audio is the Amplify effect. And for that, you can select already the whole file, then select Effect, Amplify. And here, Audacity also will automatically calculate this parameter value here, the amplification in decibels, that it should apply on the original audio for normalizing the volume on a standard level. So it's up to you if you accept that suggestion. For example, here it's suggesting that I should lower 0.556 the decibels from my original audio, but it's up to you if you accept that, or if you even, instead of reducing, if you amplify as much as you want. You may test and see if that's okay. But in our case, I'm gonna follow the suggestion here. And you see it's pretty fast. But if I test the audio, we can play the audio here and see if the volume is okay. But if I didn't want to accept this standard normalization, I could even amplify, as long as the eventual distortion of the audio would not be some problem for me. And this allow clipping would be an option that you should select in case you wanna over amplify the audio to any volume that exceeds the standard volume suggested by Audacity. So if you try to make an amplification and you see that you can't, it's because you have not selected this allow clipping here, which is basically saying that some distortion may appear at your audio if you amplify over the suggested standard levels that were initially calculated by Audacity. In our case, we will not have to amplify that over the suggested levels, so I'll just cancel it here. And finally, after you eliminate the noise from the whole audio file, and after you regulate or normalize the volume with the Amplify effect, then you just export the audio using, for example, the wave type. And I have already exported my audios before. That's why I'm not exporting them again. But in your case, you just save that wave audio for later using it when editing the video at Kdenlive. So this edited audio that we've just shown you how to edit will be used or will be imported on the next step, which is the video edition, before we render the final video output. So it's very important that you save this audio so that you can later use it at Kdenlive in place of the original audio of the video. In order to substitute the original audio of the video for this edited audio with no noise and with a normalized volume adequate for our video. So a last important advice is that while editing the audio, you can test or adopt any effect over your audio except the effects that would reduce or alter the time of the audio, because if you edit or alter the time of the audio, for example, eliminating this space here, the audio time will end up completely different from the video time, and it would be very complicated for you to group again the audio with the video later at Kdenlive. So you just be careful not to change the timeline of the audio here, and you let to eliminate these useless times at Kdenlive, not here at Audacity. So that's it for our audio edition part, and our next step is to edit the video and add this edited audio to the video we're gonna edit so that we can render both later to the final output. So next lecture we will start already with Kdenlive for proceeding with the edition of the video and also with the rest of the edition of the audio. For example, by cutting some parts and join together the remaining parts of the audio video. So see you there.